Smartmatic, a company that made voting machines that were used in the 2020 presidential election, is suing Fox News, Rudy Giuliani, and Sidney Powell on a $2.7 billion defamation suit. Smartmatic has many reasons for suing. The first is that they believe, and I quote, that they said that their reputation has been hurt severely by the lies told by Fox News, Rudy Giuliani, and Sidney Powell, and that they are out to set the record straight and save their reputation. Another reason is because it will hurt future sales. People in the company have received death threats, which in itself is something that's pretty common these days. However, these actions have panicked their clients, which is actively hurting their business, is what they say. Fox News, on the other hand, is denying all wrongdoing, saying Fox News Media is committed to providing the full context of every story with in-depth reporting and clear opinion. The company said, "We are proud of our 2020 election coverage and will vigorously defend this meritless lawsuit in court." Which is obviously a complete lie. Fox News and most of the mainstream media lie in their news, or at least exaggerate it so that they can divide the population and drive up their ratings. This is common knowledge by both the left and the right. But let's talk about the suits themselves. The claims that are made in the 285-page suit detail many of the lies told. For one, Fox said that Smartmatic voting systems were used in 6 states with close outcomes, when in reality they were only used in Los Angeles County. There is also the conspiracy that Rudy Giuliani pushed, which was that Smartmatic is a Venezuelan company funded by corrupt dictators and is from socialist and communist countries. Which to me just sounds like someone trying pretentious diction, only they don't know any intelligent words, so they just think of the biggest words they can pick off the top of their head. Jokes aside, those are very serious claims, and I will actually disprove them later in the video. As mentioned before, Giuliani isn't the only person getting sued in this case. There's also Sidney Powell. He went on Maria Bartiromo's show that said that the Smartmatic machines use mathematical algorithms to get rid of votes, which I think is hilarious, especially because it shows how out of touch these lawyers are with computer software and how easy it would be to see someone using mathematical algorithms to get rid of votes. On the Smartmatic website, which has a tab made specifically to dispel any of these false claims, Smartmatic literally shatters all of the defendants' claims made by Fox News and company. For one, Smartmatic software has been proven in audited elections for almost 20 years, and the UN, EU, and Department of Homeland Security have all decided that they are fair and equal voting machines. That debunks any claim on the software side of things coming from the defense. As for its socialist communist roots, Smartmatic is a company that started in Venezuela, and that's true, so point lost? Not so fast. Smartmatic left Venezuela after they found the government reporting false turnout numbers in 2017, blew a whistle on it, and literally left the entire country and don't do business in it anymore because they don't associate with corrupt politics. It's funny how that's the exact same thing that Republicans are accusing them of doing with no evidence, when in the past they have literally done the complete opposite. This is a clear representation of the right trying to demonize the left over unsubstantiated claims because they can't handle the fact that Donald Trump's approval rating never broke 50%, that he lost by 7 million in the popular vote, and that he had to leave office after a humiliating riot at the Capitol. The fact of the matter is, and this is a rule of life, you cannot make gigantic claims without a gigantic amount of evidence. Republicans made a gigantic claim with literally zero evidence, and of the 62 lawsuits that they filed by the Trump administration, they won a grand total of 1. That's right, 1 lawsuit. This whole story speaks to the idea that those who spread lies to significant portions of the population that they know they have an influence over should be punished by law. This goes for CNN, this goes for Fox, this goes for OAN, this goes for MSNBC. Everybody should be held accountable to lies that they tell. And I don't just mean these big media companies, I mean small figureheads too, like independent journalists, people on Twitter that just tweet out nonstop every day spewing lies that don't get fact-checked. And like I said before, this goes for both the left and the right. Because lies and misinformation have become the crux of our entire democracy as of recently, and China and Russia are using misinformation and spewing it onto our social media platforms and media platforms as a whole to try and destabilize our population. And the way things are looking right now, I'm pretty sure it's working. And I don't want it to work. So the next time somebody sends you a link to an article, look behind the sources to that article. If the website is a website you've never heard of before, go online. There's a lot of websites that rate other websites as trustworthiness. There are many things you can do alone to make sure that all of your facts are true, and from those true facts, you can draw conclusions. And no matter what anybody says, this election was not a fraud. Joe Biden won. Almost every Republican candidate and senator and congressperson has acknowledged that he has won, and that's the end of the story. Thank you guys for listening and have a great night.